Good work, freelancer.
It looked like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic. The eggs were filled with acid. Could be using the relic to weaponize it.
Let's check the second relic. Put your theory to the test.
Eggs everywhere. Your thieves were legs. I'll pat myself on the back after I dealt with the scars.
All the same problems on a technical front. At least this worked, so that's good. It's literally replaying the mission from the scratch. Far from there. Where is he? Oh, there. Glitch again, lag again. Well, of course it's going to kill me now. Cannon fodder in here. Nothing.
Another wave of scars.
I'm not being able to move from this place. Come on. Can't go anywhere. That's amazing, I managed to finish them. Who would have guessed this? There was lag there, but it wasn't that big.
Relic silenced. Think we're... What was that?
It came from below.
Of course it did. Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's producing the eggs. If we don't get rid of the source, the scars will come back and keep making weapons. Beck, find me a way underground.
We're already done.
So this raid really is a lot less laggy than the rest of those other expeditions, which is pretty good. But then again, glitchy. I was about to complete it early on and then I got booted out. For no reason at all.
There. That door should lead underground.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out?
Or in?
Did you just yell?
Oh, the big bad Corvus agent's not a fan of scorpions. What? Look, rabbits, their likability isn't up for debate.
Through an underwater passage ahead.
Right, well, sorry, you don't want to get left behind in this place.
Wow. It's almost peaceful down here.
Scorpions can't swim, right? Don't worry, Seb. I will get you.
No way I can progress from here. It's like being held in prison.
Careful. Your javelin has a limited oxygen supply.
I just want to see what's this way. a lot of eggs.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette.
I don't want that omelette. What is that?
Another relic. Careful, freelancer. It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that. What do we do now?
Gather the fragments and silence the relic.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to blow.
As soon as there's some action sequence, lag, cannot go anywhere, and then I die because they all have me obviously in the sights and I can't get away from
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Thank you. I'm completely stuck in here with the lag. Look at that.
Freelancer. More scars, I know. These look extra powerful.
I can't get away from them. Of course. There's nothing I can do. I'm lagged. Can't move away from that position, and there's nothing I can do.
Hey, door's still closed and there's nodes everywhere.
Give it a minute, it should work itself out.
Should?
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the center, any interference will cause the energy to spike again. on the platform.
I don't think our friend like that. Too bad. I'm just getting started.
It got quiet.
Bet it'll stay that way. It's pretty dark in here.
Throw down a flare. It'll help.
You freelancers have tools for everything. Back into the deep. just wrong.
Remember? It's only a...
Be unprofessional to cut the link, right?
Highly.
Damn it. Next time, I expect big-ass bugs to be in the mission briefing.
You have to show up for that to help.
Where's he gone now? There. Okay.
Even the way it dies is unnerving.
Oh, well, how many years will it take you to forget that thing?
I'm gonna go with
8.
One for each of the tyrant's legs.
No more scorpion talk, please.
Looks like we completed the mission, but then at the end I've been booted out. Let's see whether that is going to be bringing, but that's going to be bringing me back. God, it's so infuriating when all these glitches are affecting the gameplay. It looks like a really enjoyable game as well. You know, it looks really good with all these monsters and different areas to explore. There we are, the freelancers, 4 of us. So I got like a Legionnaire medal. $4,050 points. Expedition features. 700 XP adding alliance bonus. Level 12. The other guys are level 15 already. Okay, item unlocked. Pilot level increased. New javelin unlocked. In 4 dances, a selection is available to choose one of the currently locked core javelins: Colossus, Storm and Interceptor. So it looks like we'll be able to use different javelins, so it probably replay. Let's see. That's looking really pretty. Very nicely designed. I'm sure everyone will agree with that. Matthias is here. Hello Matthias, how are you doing? Matthias is asking, so did you actually finish this time? I did, and unfortunately when we are attacking that tyrant, that massive big bug or whatever, the insect in there, I get a lot of lag in certain places, and therefore I'm literally cannon fodder. I can't move away at all, and my weaponry and my ammunition is causing no damage to the enemy. So fortunately the other guys there didn't experience the same lag, and they were able to hit the tyrant with their weapons. But by saying that, I did have the infinite weapon, which is like a, you know, multiple rocket launcher, which I have on my back, and it fires. It can be activated, I think, every couple of minutes, every 5 minutes or so. And I did fire that once, and it caused a considerable damage to the enemy, to the tyrant. So that was pretty good. And it looks like a really enjoyable game, but all the bugs, glitches and tech problems are just unbelievable. Honestly, I've never done anything like it before, which would be so badly plagued with it. It's just dreadful, full stop. And if you look on Twitter, so many complaints, so many people saying we are cancelling our pre-order, we do not want the game. I guess people are impatient, but on the other hand, you really wonder what it's going to be like next weekend, where you have basically open play for everyone to join rather than VIP. But maybe they had arranged for the second weekend to be done on different servers, you know. Maybe they were expecting fewer people to come in. It's hard to tell. I don't know what the assessment was, but the fact is, it isn't just the pre-order guys that are obviously accessing it, but there have been also other people joining EA Origin scheme, as well as they you know, dished out quite a few free coins for people to try. So altogether it multiplied. But it's interesting that there's no lag or no problems at the base, so it's all hunky-dory. But when you get into the arena with other guys, where you need to be in multiplayer, then it is absolutely dreadful. Yesterday, in fact, I played one mission. They call it expeditions, and one expedition where I didn't really want to look at the actual quest, but I just wanted to explore the area, and that worked quite well because I was able to go around quite a lot. And it was very glitchy because neither the enemy could kill me, nor was I able to really cause considerable damage to them. So it was literally, you know, combat mutually, and with basically no results or no resolution at the end. We were just like fighting, and then again fighting on and getting nowhere. But on the other hand, I was able to explore the area, and you know, the planet is massive. Well, not, you know, the world is massive, and there are lots of different areas to look at. And also, I think the design of the game is very pretty. As you could see, these javelin suits look quite good. The other guys are really kind of nicely, very nicely arranged. As you can see, different colors. The third one, I guess this is the Lady Gamer Fion Ha. That looks particularly good, I have to say. Very, very pretty costume, and looking like a really nice javelin suit. The rest of us are just kind of warrior-like and really mighty. Matthias says, yep, this is why I did not pre-order this game. Well, wisely so, but on the other hand, I have to say it does look good, you know. Obviously these are technical problems and they will be resolved, but you know, the game feels massive, and I really like the gameplay as well, where you are able to swing characters around, and I think the aiming is quite precise, and you know, once the game is working, you are getting the flavor of its full potential. And also, I think what I quite like is it has very, very many sub-quests, which is, you know, the adventures you get as you're doing different areas, just exploring, and that's very good. It makes it very replayable, and particularly when people are doing it in teams. I think the glitch they have, from what I could see, is quite specifically for players based, because if I was entering one of the areas all by myself, then there were fewer glitches and fewer problems. But as soon as you had another person joining, or the other three joining, then it became almost impossible to play. I mean, I could see the other guys were moving around freely, so I think it does depend what region you come from and what service you're using. I would guess that the US and the UK servers are completely overloaded, because the vast majority of people pre-ordering are from obviously our two countries. And just have a look on Twitter. Have a look at Casey Hudson's you know, apologies, and then thousands of messages underneath just complaining, and it must be very disappointing for people literally there at the top of that you know, the developer studio. But don't fault. I think there are lots of things they could have tested better, and maybe if they were cutting corners thinking we are going to have maybe 10,000 people playing it or something like that, well, you should have actually allowed it for 100,000, because obviously you'd be making a lot more leeway for people to come in. On EA Origins alone forum, just for one posting, which was posted an hour ago, you already had after an hour about 17,000 complaints. 17,000 complaints. So, you know, within 1 hour. Just try to think of a number of the guys doing it worldwide. I'll take a screenshot of this. I really like it, really looking very pretty. I particularly like the female javelin suit. And we are going to then we are going to be carrying on. But I don't really know what I do with these. See, this is loot. If Matthias is watching, can you advise? Because in here it's loot, right? And it says hold, salvage, and then exit, right? So if I was to be salvaging this, I'll get some other materials, but I actually want some of that. I want to use some of it. So what do I do? Is the question. Do I just leave it? Because for exit, they don't register anywhere. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do, in fact. Maybe they do. Because I can see now there are 300 different spaces in there. And 39 have been used. And these are the ones which I collected. But then again, where are they stored? Because I couldn't find them anywhere. Matthias says it may not be usable in the demo. Well, that's a possibility for sure. Yeah. And Matthias says that they also look like mods. No, I don't think they're mods. I think they are probably the bits which we can at some stage use or bring into our inventory. Ammunition types. It's quite a variety. You know, it's weaponry, ammunition. Maybe some of those are mods, like this one, for instance. Detonating strike. I don't know. Common strike system. But I don't think there's anything I can do with them. So just for the benefit of our viewers, I've been doing this very difficult mission, which is similar to the raids in Destiny, and I was able to complete it after its second run, because previously it was very glitchy and I got kicked out for no reason at all, well, not halfway, but right at the end of the mission. So for the second time running, I indeed completed it together with the other 3 guys whom you've just seen on my screen, and I also acquired some extra javelin suits. So I'm quite curious to see whether I can change my javelin suit, try another one and see what the difference is. Maybe it will work better, I don't know, we'll see. Because don't forget, Ranger javelin suit, which I was using, is basically a default suit which we were given by the developer right from the beginning, and now we unlocked other capacities. So let's have a look. Expedition ended, and I have to be choosing where I want to be going. So I think, you know, when we are in possession of our full game, then we'll have different destinations, but in this instance there isn't anywhere else where we can actually go but to Fort Tarsis. So we'll go to Fort Tarsis. Looks like a potentially very, very good game, but you know, all the glitches. Matthias also said that Resident Evil 2 remake is beautiful. Well, I have seen you know, the demo obviously, and it looked beautiful. I've had no time to be viewing your stream, which you were doing last night, but I indeed will do that either tomorrow or Monday. I'm very, very curious and very interested. But as you know, as I'm running my Anthem donor campaign, this weekend is completely dedicated to Anthem from the word go, which means it really should have been the entire Friday as well. But like many other thousands of players worldwide, I had a difficulty in retrieving the demo, i.e. making it usable. And there have been serious problems with accessing it literally for about 12 hours. And then something happened and we were able to get in. But then once we got in, as you could see, infinite loading was happening during various sections of the demo, and also most perturbingly, we had massive doing anything, be it walking around, running, flying, or indeed shooting at the enemy. When we shot at the enemy, due to the lag, the target ratio was not recorded, and therefore we were being killed. In some instances. In other instances, enemies couldn't kill us, and we could not really do any damage to the enemy either, so equally bad. But the open world out there is tremendous, and also the base for Tarsis is meticulously designed, looks astonishingly beautiful, loads of different guys and characters out there. And I have to say that at Fort Tarsis there have been no glitches whatsoever. Everything worked perfectly. So it's almost like 2 different sections of the game, in fact. One which works beautifully and perfectly, and the other that is marred with any imaginable technical problem on Earth. So take your pick. Which one would you like to be participating in? And if you are thinking that I'm making this up, then just have a look at about 20 different broadcasts which I was doing since yesterday, which had to be discontinued, restarted together with the game in order for everything to work. And even then it didn't really work properly as expected. So let's have a look. We have another expedition. Matthias says, sounds like an amazing choice. Yeah. it's really, really hard to take your pick there. Right? Really hard to take your pick. But you know, I have some sympathy for BioWare and EA, but on the other hand, I mean, we've seen what this means where you face the barrage of, you know, complaints and abuse from many thousands of people worldwide, and one has to understand, particularly people who had, you know, invested in the Legion of Dawn edition, which costs £80, but $80 I think in the US. And then obviously people were very excited, and there was a lot of hype built about not just the game but the demo. And the big problem I had with the marketing campaign was the advert saying you are accessing the VIP demo. If they just said we are doing an early launch of the demo for people pre-order, that's fine, but the VIP demo does have the auspices of something different and special, and I personally thought that the difference was going to be in the content, but we obviously discovered that it was all to do with early access. And then honestly, you get early access and you can't get in for 12 hours, and then in addition to that, all the glitches. So, you know, Matthias says, I chose the glitchy part, yay. Well, I mean, one could assume that I've done exactly the same, because, you know, I've been streaming this yesterday and today, and lengthy streams obviously, but I wouldn't say it's all in vain. I'm getting a good idea of what the game is going to be like, but you know, considering this is a VIP demo and the game already, they said, has gone gold, meaning the production of physical products already are fully underway, it tells me that there's nothing else to be done on the physical product. And you know, if people bought their you know, physical product and it turns out to be as bad as this, my goodness. And Matthias says it is a different economy than in the actual game, and apparently it's easier than the base game. You mean the what we've seen so far in the demo? Yeah, I've heard. The Sila Costa, the producer, he said this on the IGN World Premiere stream. I watched it, was it yesterday, and it was very interesting. In fact, I recommended to all of my followers and viewers the stream, which was done through IGN, and very, very good, very exciting, and you know, with lots of bits of news on game development and everything else. And Matthias says that that's what VIP meant, which means a different economy than in the actual game, and apparently easier than the base game. And Matthias says it was meant for good reviews from press. Well, my goodness, if I was Casey Hudson or, you know, Sila Costa, I'd be rather fearing that Monday. I really would be. And there's been a lot of negative press already on various forums. I mean, nothing officially stated through the major, you know, gaming magazines, but well, one can't just ignore this. It's just really, I mean, I never thought in a million years that we would you know, have the situation like this. You expect some glitches, you expect maybe some rebuffering, you know, you may expect some delays, but something of this magnitude, I mean, every single section of the game you run and then you're paralyzed and you keep being drawn back to the same starting point, you get kicked out many times, your weapon doesn't work, you know, all these kinds of issues there. I don't know. When you play Destiny on beta and when you tested it, was it as glitchy? Did it have any glitches at all, or was it like literally plain sailing from the word go? Quite curious to hear, to see how it compares. But this is probably a much more massive game from the onset. It does, the world looks immense, you know, with the quantity of things which you can do in here, even before any DLC were applied. So that probably is one of the reasons. And also they did say 8 hours of gaming content for the demo squeezed in. It's big. It's big. I'm quite curious to see what options we'll be getting now. So I see we can actually go to a different suit, or maybe we need to go here first. Matthias says it had some glitches and they changed a few things like the look of weapon icons. But the quantity of glitches in here is just unbelievable. I think most people, you know, had left comments indicating that they simply watched the screen for hours in disbelief. For me, I didn't actually watch my menu screen in disbelief. I waited until everything was resolved because I knew this was going to be persisting for at least 6 to 12 hours, and then I watched in disbelief all these lags and troubles during the gameplay. Matthias says that in Destiny beta testing the HUD was reworked as well, and Matthias says this obviously is one of the very worst demos in recent history. Perhaps not just in the recent history, maybe in the history altogether, because don't forget, this is offered as VIP demo, so people are expecting at least some degree of privilege. And what we had and what we received is just, well, I mean, you can say this is a taste of the game, but it leaves you with a really bitter kind of, you know, sour taste about what could have been, what should have been. Not the way to be, really. And so many people said we are...
the mess out here? You can't turn around without tripping over something.
So many people said they're going to be cancelling their pre-order, and I think this is a bit overly emotional. I mean, we all know that these games will have to be still worked on. There's no need to be just turning the back to it, but you know, like yesterday I played 2 or 3 missions, and allegedly these were multiplayer missions, and I got in all by myself, right? So there weren't any other guys in there. Nobody came in at all. So I was being brought into that forum by myself. I did see other people entering and going and that, but they were not part of my team. And then out of the blue, after about 2 hours of gameplay, every single mission, which was to be a single player mission, was brought in automatically to a 4-team multiplayer. And as soon as you had 4-team multiplayer, the lag was phenomenal. So ridiculous, you know? Matthias says, kind of like the sewers I'm currently trudging through in Resident Evil Remake. I guess so, yeah. Yeah. The Resident Evil Remake is just beautifully polished and beautiful looking game. But to be fair, if you look at the environment here, the environment is amazing. Would you not say that this reminds you a bit of Assassin's Creed? You know, the exterior of various sections in here is very much like something out of the Middle East. Beautifully designed, loads of different characters, as you could see. And I'm sure as the game gets into the full swing, we can talk to many of them, they'll talk to us. Each character will provide us with some clue or some sub-quest, and you know. So it's likely to be a massive, massive game with massive number of hours of gameplay. Beautifully designed, and everyone looks beautiful. Look at these guys in here. People drinking their cups of coffees and teas. Really cool.
Payment is due now. Was that not clear to you?
Business hasn't been good. People don't want to spend their money, so I didn't make a profit.
We've been giving you protection. I wonder what things would be like without our protection.
They do not
You
like
better
my
have it
presence
by
in
next
here.
week.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
You're lucky she's not here. Zim's not as lenient as I am. You better have it by next week.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Sounds like some mobsters out there. The extortion and racket. And down payments for protection. So that will be also possibly a sub-quest, because there's always, well, I've seen there are always 2 guys standing in here whenever I'm coming up the stairs from the basement. And I'm sure that every single time there's going to be something else to do. So that's pretty good. And look at that guy in here. He is very much like some character from Destiny, is he not? Look at him. Rather mighty. And this one, I'm not sure what they're protecting, we have no knowledge of that. I'll do a selection of screenshots as well. I've taken quite a few because I really like beautiful graphics. I like when, you know, with a lot of attention given to detail, sort of in-depth resolution on every single section of the game, and also where a lot of attention is given to the characters, and BioWare are very, very good in that. Okay, so let's have a look at what awaits us there. Alright, so we'll go first of all to...
The Enclave has seen better days, hasn't it? There's more crits than
Indeed,
people down there,
Zoe.
I think.
Yes. And we've seen some better gaming days on demos as well, unlike this one. So this is a glitch as well. Come too close, you can't press it. Forge. Let's see what Forge will do for us. Alright, there's a Storm, there's Ranger, Colossus, and Interceptor. I think we'll probably go with Storm. We can explore these characters as well to see, because obviously after completing that raid I have been able to unlock the other characters, and I can replay, I think, some of the missions in different suits. So my dear friends, just bear with me, I need to take a very short break. This has been a very lengthy stream, and I just have to refresh a bit, and then I'll be back literally in a moment or two. So bear with us, stay with us here on the channel. Hopefully some more exciting footage and gameplay to come as we continue as Storm, Colossus or Interceptor. So far we played Ranger. Ranger is the Javelin suit that we've been using so far, and I think the other Javelin suits have been unlocked. Maybe not all of them, but we'll do them one by one and then try out, test the demo to its maximum capacity. But unfortunately on the technical front we are prevented from really enjoying a smooth gameplay and enjoying all the activities out there in the wild. So I'm just always positive, optimistic and hopeful, thinking that perhaps out of the blue all will be resolved. But if not, well, we'll hear a lot of feedback on Monday for certain from BioWare, and we'll see what they are going to be offering. I'm quite pleased that I got in very early and registered my concerns with those companies, EA and BioWare, because it's almost inevitable that they will try to provide us with some sort of compensation, and we'll see what that is likely to be. Compensation will not be monetary, but maybe with some content or some goodies, or something which will help us really to digest our concerns. So as said, I'll take a short break and then I'll be back very, very shortly. We'll continue with our gameplay. Alright my friends, I'm back, refreshed a bit, and I'll now carry on with Anthem, the epidemic gameplay. Looking forward to all these other niceties. And let's have a look at the javelin suits which we have unlocked. So Storm is the other. If you watch carefully the mission summary at the end of my last mission, we had one young lady there wearing a very nice javelin suit, and I discovered now that this one is called Storm. I kind of prefer it to the one I was wearing, and the Storm is the latest in javelin design, using seals to harness the power of the elements, its ability to float above. Combat compensates for its light armor. Operated by a skilled lancer, the javelin's lightning, ice and other elemental attacks make it an invaluable tool against the Dominion. The Dominion are the mortal enemy, as you know, of freelancers and our world. So we can have a look and equip this one.
Brilliant choice. Lightning at your fingertips? Fearsome. The seals the Storm utilizes are based on tech smuggled in from Strawheim.
Dominion tech?
Helios engineered an Arcanist enhanced to use the Dominion's knowledge against them. Delicious revenge.
I can't wait to try it out.
Just remember, the Storm can't take damage like a big stompy colossus.
No fistfights with turrets then?
Fistfights are for drunken idiots. You get to harness the elements. Throw fire, freeze your enemies.
If the Arcanists help build it, have you ever tried using one?
I'm not a lancer. I did slip into a javelin once for a moment. Didn't like the way it made my butt look. No worries, I'm sure you'll make it work.
Okay, so it looks like this javelin suit will have some special powers. That's very good. A unique javelin that can alter the battlefield with lightning, ice and other elemental attacks. So we can try that. So we enabled Storm. Okay, we'll have a look at the loadout and appearance. Components, what have we got there? Shield reinforcement. No, that's not the same. This is the other, this is the Ranger. Javelins. Create custom loadouts for your javelins by acquiring gear, parts and weapons that reflect your favorite playstyle. Select a javelin and choose new loadout. Remember, the loadouts you have equipped will update with changes you make at the forge. Clone a loadout to create a duplicate of the one you have selected. Delete a loadout by pressing holding square. Okay. But we are now going to be playing new Storm loadout. Okay. So default loadout and new Storm loadout. Let's see what we are going to choose. Probably we'll have a look at the custom loadout just to explore, to find out what niceties are there in stock for us. We'll see. So if this was to be our default loadout, would be weapons would be Scout and Whirlwind, Frost Shards, Lightning Strike and Bulwark Point. Okay, so let me have a look at the default loadout. New Storm loadout. New Storm loadout. Oh, no, that's not. We'll probably start then with default loadout, just to see what this is going to be like. Okay, default loadout. Go back. Okay, appearance.
Now here's where it gets fun. Time to make a statement.
Helmet. We have this default helmet. vinyls. So this is new. Put clean. Alright. And then we have wear state. Bring him up a bit. See better. Want it to be cremations. Equipment. Clean output. It's a new paint. Change colors. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Face in the front a bit. Like that. Primary soft. I actually quite like that. So I think we'll probably go for that. Aha, I see. So that's different. It's a bit khaki. Yeah, that's good. Keep that. In fact, I didn't see. No. Didn't see the other unlock. Yeah, okay, there might be some other, but we don't have enough money for that. So we probably have to stick to our secondary soft leather fine. That's quite good, I quite like that. Okay, we'll equip that. Metal bear. Tertiary soft. Tactical camo. Maybe. Okay, we'll keep that. Metal bear. Quite like that. Nice and shiny, isn't it? I see. Okay. Tactical. Why not? Keep that one on. Clean metallic. Primary. It's very bright. Oh, that's quite good. I quite like that. Keep that. And then secondary hard. Painted clean. legs. Okay, that is pretty much default. Arms. Banshee arms. I think I quite like that. Banshee arms. Let's see. Yep. Pay with coins. We've got it. Banshee arms is there, as you could see. So we are going to be equipping Banshee arms. Banshee arms equipped. Yep. And then we have chest. Let's see. Chest. Unlock. Banshee torso. That's not bad. But if we were to look at that... No, hold on. No, not yet. No, I want to choose the color. Different color. No, it doesn't look like a... Okay. Helmet, chest. So that's all in order. So that's appearance and loadout.
What are we up to today?
Components. Armor reinforcement. Armor reinforcement. Power 14, 24. Javelin health. 214, 246, 246. Yeah, we'll take that one. Armor reinforcement. So if we look at it, it gives us 248 javelin health and 24 javelin armor. It's probably the best. Yeah. No, actually, this one's better. Wait a minute. 246. Power 14. Okay. That's not bad. That's quite good. So the other ones are locked. We can't use any other. Support seal. Nothing equipped. We need to support seal. Okay, we'll take that one. So that is power 12. Recharge 29. Health 643. Duration 60. 2% javelin acid resistance, 3% range of grenade damage. Okay. Then weapons. Scout rifle, common marksman rifle. Light machine gun will take. Savage. So that's good. Yeah, that's right. It was 75 rounds. That's pretty good. Okay, and change weapon, secondary weapon. We'll take maybe. What is it? Sniper rifle, maybe. Yeah, take that sniper rifle as well. Whirlwind, so we equipped Savage, which is a light machine gun, and we equipped Whirlwind, which is uncommon sniper rifle. We'll look at the seal, frost shards, craft, Don't say anything. Blast seal, lightning strike, flame burst, ice storm will take. Right? Ice storm, uncommon blast seal, power 14, 5% health drop chance, 0% faster recharge, radius 3, ice status 45, and damage 320. Okay, so be. And this is obviously our character. We can take another very nice look at him, and we'll take a screenshot as well. Turn him around a bit. No. We want definitely to take another screenshot of him like this, so that everybody is considering what javelin suit to wear, be able to see everything in real time. Okay. So basically this is what we have, and this is going to be our next character. So our javelin suit here is called Storm, and we are going to be attempting to complete another mission to see the difference and everything else. Okay, so hold. This javelin suit is now enabled.
Tell if he's angry or if his face is stuck that way.
So principally we have always one suit up there to be donned. We don't have like 4 of them at once, but obviously 4 of them will be always here on the forge. So if you want to change the suit, get some different javelin, we can always do so. Quite curious to see completed quests. Well, we completed triple threat, we completed inverse functions, so these are the 2 threats, I mean 2, by the looks of it, strongholds we can. Tyrant mine, we can do obviously after we've done the different javelin suit. And then we have feats, so let's see, just general. Okay. Tinea. They're not really unlocking anything during the demo by the looks of it. So that's all good. And we have journal, Path to Glory, trials, completed challenges. The last one, I think we completed the sharpshooter trial of Atinia, so that's good, and weapons trial of Atinia as well. And then we have Path to Glory Silver, trial of Tarsus, detonator, trial of Carif. So you can see we have quite a selection in here. Hopefully we are going to get some points during our next mission. So completed challenges, so trials, missions, stronghold. Stronghold Master 1 is completing it once. Stronghold Master 2 is completing it 10 times, so we can be playing obviously for 10 times again and again, so that's pretty good. Gear, right. Stronghold, so Strong Master 1, Fire Inscription, Ice Inscription, Lightning Inscription, and Acid Inscription. So when you are completing one of those stronghold expeditions, you get these rewards. Yeah, I think they're very similar, but obviously they require many other attempts. Colossus, nothing. Interceptor, nothing. Ranger, bulwark point, frag grenades, seeker grenades. So we obviously we're using some of those. Storm is going to be our next javelin suit and complete the challenges. Seeking missile 1. Complete missions and world events on easy with seeking missiles, so that's fine. Weapons. Yeah, you could tell that some of... Oops. Sniper rifle. So some of them registered, some didn't. Right. Defender 1. Oh, I did complete that. And Defender 2. Okay. So we have also some other results here. Combo Master, trigger combo reactions during combat, 5 out of 50. Enemies defeated there. Defeat enemies using a javelin's ultimate ability. So was that 6 or 8? 6 out of 100. Melee Master, nil. Okay, we've not used melee at all so far. Okay, so library. Tutorials, we don't need to look at that again. So we are quite clear. So if everyone's ready, we are going to be proceeding with our next mission, and the mission is going to be yet another expedition. We are going to be replaying the one with a big insect boss at the end. We need to shut down Scar weapon operation. We need to be doing the major attack on the enemy stronghold, and that's similar to what we call raids in Destiny. Right, so let's see what is to follow. So just bear with us. Getting a bit cold here where I am, trying to warm it up a bit. Wasn't a cold day in London today, I have to say. It's gone warm again after a few days of very cold air and cold weather. But allegedly, we've heard, we've heard that another wave of cold weather will start as from Monday night, so we're not very happy with that. But you know, being in a very nice, warm home is going to combat that cold, and particularly if we have also our consoles, PCs, tablets, and everything else nearby in order to play games and engage with our communities worldwide. So this is what we're going to do immediately, be engaging with our next javelin suit, as you can see. So we're going to do a small video as well, which is going to be recorded coming from here, and then we'll don the javelin suit.
Have you met Commander Vul yet? He was just here. I can't tell if he's angry or if his face is stuck that way.
There we are. Video clip is saved. It is going to be quite useful for our Anthem beginners to see how we are donning our new suits. We have our Storm equipped and enabled, and I'm just hoping that we are not to experience the same problem with that infinite loading screen. So let's see what happens next once we access. So we are replaying the same mission, Tyrant Mine, shutdown Scar weapon operation. This is a different suit. Really looking good. Perhaps some different suit. The game is going to work. Let's pray. Let's pray. You never know. The wonderful, weird, and extraordinary world of video gaming online. Well, whilst we are looking at that loading screen, we can also have a look at who's watching and what activities we had tonight. Hasn't been particularly busy, I have to admit. Always Saturday nights are very quiet. On my broadcasts, I think most people are either doing their own games or they're simply out on Saturday night. So let's quickly have a look at Twitter. Let's see who's been engaging with us and who has been connecting with our Anthem campaign. Alright, so let's have a look. We had some connectivity on Instagram. I want to thank Infinity Games, Night Luke Art, Watermelon Wave, Saint Warhead, Marshmallow Hobo, Serenity for Victory, It's Gripen, Night Luke Art, Matty Obian, Cop Watch, and Janelle Amy. I thank you all for supporting my Anthem campaign. Thank you for that. We have some new followers there as well. We have Watermelon Wafy, we have Snowbound Zozo, and Esferand, Game of Cat, Centiparrot Mods, Boy for These, and Con Life. So thank you guys for following, thank you for supporting my Instagram channel, and thank you for supporting my Anthem campaign. Really appreciate it. Thank you for that. And there are some other people there as well. Mainframe Community, Obelisk, Gothitech, Mrs. Meow, Seb Sark, Formula Halo, Spark, Little Koi, Fallen Secret, and Papa Fosse. Thank you guys for supporting my Anthem campaign. And yeah, so these are the guys that are supporting my Anthem campaign on Instagram. Thank you guys for that. And we'll have a look now on Twitter. We have several people there as well. We have Nagawu and Randomosity TV. We have Z3 and Punk. We have Lilithy supporting Anthem campaign as well. Thank you, Lilithy, for that. We have several other people. In fact, we have Miss Ali Cat, and we have Kate's Queen, Weasel Base, and then we have Eric Polly, and then we have quite a few people supporting the campaign as well. T-Mac 16, Dorak, the Spectre, Weasel Base, and the Street. And we have also, I just noticed, yeah, so that's actually everyone. These are the people who are currently supporting my Anthem campaign. Thank you guys for that. Thanks very much for being with us, for watching the channel, for supporting Anthem, for supporting my campaign for our future Anthem streams. Really appreciate it. And as I can see, yet again, the same problem. And I'm afraid I'll have to reload the game and then restart my broadcast as well. So how many more times do I need to do that per night is a question. So please bear with me, please stay with me on my channel, and I'll be back very, very shortly.